Hi, my name is Sally Marie Gimmon, and I'm the owner of the learnwithsallymarie.com. And I want to teach you all how to do things. So I'm going to switch over so we can go over the slides so you can see this. So give me 1 second. Oops. And I'm going to make this the beginning. So this is going to be the circle of wealth in 5 simple steps. Make money easily to pay off your debt, because the main reason I'm doing this is because there is a statistic from bankrate.com. Back in November of 2021, they said that 80% of Americans, so somebody you know, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's your dad, maybe it's your friend, 80% of Americans have $90,000 in debt and are not saving 10% for retirement. Those are some very ugly numbers. I was a Medicare broker for 22 months and dealt with people who were turning 65 years old and absolutely broke. So I want to help as many people as possible to get out of debt. So I'm making this nonprofit. I'm waiting to get my status on this. I have used all 5 steps at one time or another, or using them now, and getting nonprofit status. And steps 1, 2, and 3 can be done anywhere in the world. Now, personally, back in October of 2018, my mom and dad drove from Goodyear, Arizona, that's about 20 miles west of Phoenix, to the Charlotte area for my oldest nephew's wedding. My mom got sick along the way. She got septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, and she was in a hospital for 15 months. 9 of those months, my mom and dad stayed in North Carolina, and then they came back to the Phoenix area. I was going out to their house in Goodyear. I was living in Phoenix. I was going out to their house in Goodyear 3 days a week to handle the mail. And the first Saturday of December, there was a letter, 27 pages thick. It was her Medicare statement for the first month in the hospital. You open it up, it's folded in half, and big, bold black letters. It said $172,000 to be in a hospital on a ventilator for 1 month. Thank God my dad was retired military. They had TRICARE for life. She was getting the best care possible. At that time, I sat down, figured things out. I was working as a Medicare broker. I was salaried and I was making commissions. I still had student loans. I had credit card debt. I had a mortgage. I had 2 car payments. I had bought a Nissan 380ZX. Loved that car. Had it for 3 weeks. I was the second car to go through in a green light on Indian School Road, major east-west road in Phoenix. And a guy who was high at the time ran the red light, T-boned me on the passenger side, had no insurance, so I had 2 car payments. At that time, I was $184,000 in debt. And with these 5 steps I'm going to teach you, I have paid that all off, and now I am living debt-free. So step 1 is 2 questions from the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Bob Proctor passed away in March of 2022. I am a student of Thinking into Results. That's where my coach, Susan Ma, comes from, and Sandy Gallagher has taken over. So these 2 questions: can you physically do what I'm going to be teaching you? Will it give you a migraine? Will you not be able to look at a computer screen? Can you physically do this? And then the hardest one is, do you want to do this? Now, wanting and doing are 2 separate things. So if you say yes to both these questions, we're going to go forward. Now, this is the second step. This is gift giving, which is legal to do in the United States. Tax tip 2001-31. In 2023, you're allowed to gift up to $17,000 to a single person. They will have to pay 0 in federal taxes. If you want to get more information on this, please Google Dolly Parton in the Christmas fires of 2016. Back then, really bad forest fires were going through Tennessee near her Dollywood resort, and people were losing their homes. Dolly Parton was purposely giving everybody who lost their home $15,000, because back in 2016, she could gift people $15,000. All you have to do on this system is one time, $10, and 3 recruits. That's it. One time, $10, and 3 recruits. Your 3 people are going to, so when you register, I have to clean up a mess I made, but I'm going to clean this up. So I'm going to put you onto the board correctly. So you're going to be told who you're going to gift $10 to. You're going to get their login information and how they want to be paid. It could be a PayPal account. It could be a Cash App account. It could be a Zelle account. It could be a Bitcoin account. They'll tell you. They'll get an email saying so-and-so registered. They'll have to go out, check the site, agree that you register and approve you. So then you can go up further. Now your 3 recruits, $10, $10, $10. That first person will gift you $10. So you're even Steven. You gifted someone $10. Now you got $10 back. You're at ground zero, starting at zero. You handed $10 out, got $10 back, you're even. Person 2, person 3, $10, $10 puts you up to the second level of the board, where 9 donations are going to be gifting you $20 a piece. So what's going to happen there is you're going to keep $140 in your back pocket, or $140 into your bank account. And then you're going to put another $40 up to the third level of the first board. 27 people are going to be gifting you $40 a piece. This is a triangle. I don't want to sugar cube it or anything else. It is a triangle. Everyone started at the same level. One $10 donation, 3 recruits, and move themselves up. So it's not a pyramid scheme. It is a triangle. Everyone's doing the same thing. So when you finish the third level of the first board, you'll have $1,000 in your back pocket or in your bank account. And then you're going to go to the fourth level of the first board. 81 people are going to gift you $80 a piece. You're going to get a message on your cell phone. You're going to go to the website, check it, and then you're going to agree to it. I do have a friend who, one of the people I recruited, she right now is getting $40 donations. Literally, she sent me a text message this weekend saying, I have to check the website so many times. I'm like, I'm sorry, you just got paid $40. Is that really that hard to do? But that's not neither here or there. So when you finish first board, 4 levels, you're going to have $7,520 tax-free in the United States. Now, anybody in the world can do this. I have people in Mexico, Canada, India, Ireland, and UK doing this. My friend in India had to use the Cash App. She had to pay 149 rupees to change it into American dollars, and then she gifted somebody. She recruited 3 people. 2 are in India, 1's in the United States. She recruited 3 people. They each paid the 10 American dollars. Again, if they're from India, it's going to be rupees changed to American dollars, and then they're going to be gifted back in American dollars. My friends in the UK only had to pay £6.45 to get onto the gift to do this, because the pound's worth more than $1. So you're going to first board, 4 levels. Then you're going to go to the second board, 4 levels. And again, all you did one time, $10, 3 recruits. That's all you did. On the second board, instead of $10, it's $100. Instead of $20, it's $200. Instead of $40, it's $400. Instead of $80, it's $800. Again, you're taking the money you're being gifted to go up to the next board. So when you finish 4 levels on board 2, you're going to have in your back pocket or in your bank account $76,000 tax-free. Then you're automatically going to go back and start all over again on the first board, first level, no more recruiting. You're going to have the $10 already in your bank account or in your back pocket, and then you're going to start all over again and keep recycling over and over again. Now, here's some statistics for you. Google says the average American in the United States who works 40 hours a week makes about $53,000. They might be a school teacher. They might be working at Walmart or at Amazon. They might be working at a doctor's office. They might be a truck driver. They're working 40 hours a week and making $53,000 before taxes. With the gift giving tree, all you did was one time, $10, recruit 3 people, you're done, and you're going to make so much more money than anybody else, than the people working 40 hours a week. Beautiful. This is legal in the United States. You will not pay taxes. I can't tell you about Mexico, Canada, India, Ireland, or the UK. I can just talk about Americans. So then this is an overview of the gift giving tree. And then you're invited to a recorded presentation. I'm going to be honest, the gift giving tree is my site that switches over to another site. It's called OOR. And the click here, it's all it links in here. You're going to find out more about OOR. Step 3, it's going to be once you get through the first board, 4 levels, you're going to have some money, and I'm going to suggest you look at starting do different things. So the first business, Sally Sells Silver. If you can, whoops, wrong side. If you can see this, there is a kangaroo on this. It is New South Wales, Australia. There's a kangaroo on one side and a lion on the other side. You can have silver coins delivered to you every single week, every single month if you want. You can have 1, you can have 20, you can have 5. You decide what you want to do. If you want to be a consumer, be my guest. If you want to be an affiliate marketer, be my guest. This picture, it's a great pumpkin Charlie Brown. This back in 2022, it was the 55th anniversary of It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. If you look in the back of the coin, it's a peanut gang. Remember, Charlie Brown's younger sister was Sally Brown. So Aunt Sally gave all her nieces and nephews a silver coin with Charlie Brown and the Peanuts gang on there. Completely Christmas present saying, hey, Merry Christmas. Now you have something. Second business, I'm going to sneeze, I have to apologize. Second business is a really neat new banking code. It's going to launch officially November 2023, the transit card. It's green like that. Yes, I'm Irish, so I like green. What's going to happen is it's $25 to start the transit card. Your first purchase, you're going to get 500 Z points for whatever you purchase. Z points, you get 1 Z point for every dollar you spend. That will go, right now they do flash sales. So the last flash sale they did was Procter & Gamble flash sale. I had about 400 Z points, and I bought laundry detergent pods and 3 tubes toothpaste with my Z-Bucks. I paid for shipping with my Z-Bucks, so it just made my money go further. Now, if you join before November of 2023, you will get double Z points for the full year, and you will not pay for any, you won't be paying for any fees or anything for the Z-Bucks. This is just going to make your regular spending, no matter what you do. Maybe you go to Costco to get gas. Maybe you go out to Applebee's for lunch. You just use your transit card. Applebee's, it's $34. You get double points, so you make $68 Z-Bucks that you could use on the next flash sale. Easy peasy. If you decide you want to be a digital marketer, this is where you're going to pay $495. You don't have to do this. And then the more people you bring into the transit card, you're going to make 1% off of all that they spend. Hey, if you get 15 people using the transit card and they each spend $400 a month, that, you know, it's not going to be a huge amount of money, but it's gives you something to do. Third business is Access Elite Online. It's online education. Anybody in the world. Oh, by the way, I have to go back. Sorry. Thank you for telling me this. Sally Sells Silver can be anywhere in the world. You could be living in the UK. You could be living in India. They also, every time they sell a silver coin, they put a certain amount of money towards feeding the hungry. I think that's beautiful. The transit card. Here's one caveat. This can only be done in the United States as of now. After November, we'll see if that changes, but that can only be done in the United States. Access Elite can be done anywhere in the world. One day, October 22nd of 2022, 2:30 in the morning, somebody in Indonesia bought $1,000 worth of education. I'm sleeping. I didn't find out about it until I woke up the next day morning to go for my walk, and I'm like, oh, I made some money. So when he bought the $1,000 worth of education, he got all the $1,000 education, all the $500 education, all the $250 education, and all the $100 education. He was just a consumer. He went away. I made $1,000. Yay, Sally. Another time, 3:30 the same day, October 22nd, 2022, 10/22/22, you know. Somebody in Malaysia, we're friends on Facebook. He bought $500 education package, and he paid for the CRM to resell. There's a yearly fee for the CRM, so he resells the education. He has sold 100 education packages to Malaysia, so he's made $600. He has sold 8 250 applications. So now you're gonna make me do math. 500 4. So he's made $2,000. He has sold 6 $500 applications, the education packages. His first 500 application came up to me, so he got paid for 5 $500 applications. That's all he had to do because I brought him in. Now he's also sold 6 $1,000 education packages all throughout Malaysia. He's only at the $500 level. So he gets paid $500 for all those $1,000 packages he sold. So 500 times 6, he's made $3,000. Well, he's only at $500 level. We have talked, we DM on Facebook. He knows he can upgrade to the $1,000 level if he wants to, but he says he's happy at the 500 level. So I made an extra $3,000 off of him because the extra $500 came up to me. Beautiful thing. I love it. So those are 3 educations. This is step 4. Step 4 is just for Americans. And if I make a lot of money in my real estate, this is where, again, when my mom got sick, I called my friend Glenn, and then I said, I want to join your real estate group. It's a national real estate group, but there are local chapters. And everybody in the national real estate group has done the $2,000 11 classes that you can watch on your cell phone or that you can watch on your computer. Every Monday night, they're going to do half of one of the classes. The person who's teaching the class, they've had to have done at least $1 million in whatever they're teaching to be able to be to teach the class. They're going to be on a Zoom live to answer your questions. They're not going to go over the slides. You're supposed to watch those before you get on the Zoom, and then you can ask any questions you want. With my real estate, I have done quite a bit. I do bank-owned houses. I do notes. I do wholesale houses. I've done wholetailing. I have made quite a bit of money with real estate. I love it. If you don't want to do real estate, don't have to. Maybe you just want to do step 2 and maybe just a transit card and step 3, and that's all you want to do. Be my guest. It's up to you what you want to do. Step 5 is where I spend most of my time. I spend it at thetrustisyou.com. This is a very specialized trust that comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. He got in trouble for chopping off his wives' heads. He decided, hey, I'm going to start a new church where I can divorce people. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They went even further back into history to the Magna Carta, said, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. So the law firm I work on behalf of has inherited a trust that is turning 350 years old in 2023. So it started the trust while we were still a colony of England. The trust is it's legal, it's patented, and it's in the IRS tax code 643B, like Bravo. Most people don't realize the United States tax code only became legal in 1913. It was supposed to be for 6 years while we were going through World War I. And now more than 100 years later, it's still going strong. So when they decided on the tax code in 1913, the rich families like the Ford families, the Rockefellers, the Carmichaels, they purposely have this trust in 643 tax code saying this trust is legal and that they can save taxes. With this trust, you're going to save federal taxes. You're going to keep all your assets from if you get sued. I can't stop you from being sued, but they can only sue the individual. They can't sue the trust. The old adage from Nelson Rockefeller: own nothing but control everything. And then you're going to have complete privacy. Now, if you have an LLC, an S corp, or a C corp, that's statutory law, and that can be anyone can ask do the Freedom of Information Act to get your information. With this trust, you can't do it that way. Now, there's 4 trusts, and I'm going to go over them quite quickly. The first trust is for people who make 1099 income. I don't care if you're a real estate agent, if you got an Amazon store, if you have a brick and mortar store, if you're a coach, if you are a salesperson, if you make 1099 income, you will save at least 70% every single year on your taxes, year after year after year, generation after generation after generation. So I'm using my little cheat sheets. This is a real estate agent. This is her 2022 numbers. She made $70,000 as a real estate agent. She's at the 22% tax rate. Federal taxes go from 10% up to 37%, 7 different layers, and there's 4 different ways to file your taxes. Single, married, married filing separately, or I forget the 4th one, but we have to figure this out. So she's a single, she's divorced. So she $70,000 in taxes in 2022. We're going to save her at 70%, almost $7,500, $7,495.25. Now I can legally say 70%. Most of my clients are saving 90 to 92% on their federal taxes plus state taxes. So my other cheat sheet that I'm going to talk to you about, this is a husband and wife. They are both coaches. This is 2021 numbers because they have not finished their 2022 taxes, but they made $200,000. They're at 24% tax rate. And at 70%, we will save them $24,360 every single year with the Spendthrift Trust. They can use that extra savings and money to maybe open another office, maybe to start an Amazon store, maybe go on a vacation, help pay for someone to go to college, whatever they want. The beneficial trust is for any investor. It might be a passive investor, a real estate investor, a crypto investor, crypto miner, stock market investor, options trading, day trading, Forex trading. You will no longer pay capital gains, short-term or long-term. You will no longer pay interest income. That's for you passive investors, Forex investors. By the way, Forex investors, you get taxed twice. You get taxed interest income and capital gains. I have notes, or if you do the BRRRR strategy, that's interest income. Dividend income is if you have stocks that pay dividend. If you're a day trader, if you are a stock investor, if you're doing options, a year or less, you're taxed at 40% on your profits. A year or more, you're taxed at 60% on your profits. Rental income, maybe it's short-term like Airbnb or traveling nurses. Maybe you have 10 doors, 20 doors, or multifamily doors. You're going to save rental income. Yes, yes, yes. You can take depreciation and maybe zero it out. But the trust, all the trusts are going to save you 3 ways. They're going to save you federal taxes, they're going to keep your information private, and you won't pay any judgments if you get sued. If you have a renter whose dog gets out and bites the mailman, guess who the mailman's coming after? You, the owner. You're going to be worth nothing. They'll get no money from you. If you have multifamily and someone falls down the steps or if it slips on ice, again, they're not going to go after the people renting in the building. They're going to go after the owner. You're going to save the judgments. And then finally, royalties. Royalties are if you're an actor, an actress, an author, a screenplay writer. If you have mineral rights, one of my clients inherited his granddad's horse farm in Oklahoma, has 6 oil wells on that horse farm. The rights to sell this trust. Beautiful thing. Year after year after year, generation after generation after generation. Just to give you an idea, 97% of the trusts sold in the United States are what's called a family trust. This trust is only designed to, when someone dies, they don't go through probate and then it dissolves. My mom and dad had that. Susie Orman talks about that on TV. This trust goes from generation to generation. And it's going to avoid probate. It's going to avoid inheritance tax, and it's going to keep going over. If for some reason Congress changes the tax rules and says this is no longer liable, they can't go back and change a contract. I just won't be able to sell any trust after that date. So that's the important thing. Now, this charitable trust, this is interesting. The charitable trust is 501c3 compliant in all 50 states. And with the charitable trust, we will set up that get you the Google ad grants, which is $10,000 per month that you can advertise your charitable trust. I am making this Learn with Sally Marie into a charity, and the leads I get from that, then I will bring them to my other things to do. This charity gives you leads, and then you're eligible for other grants also. So this is a charitable trust. We will set this up for you, get it all taken care of for you. And then the last trust is for people who are over 65. Every October, IRS goes 2 years back. So this coming October, they're going to be looking at 2021 tax returns, 1040 tax returns, to see if someone has made too much money, more than $91,000, and it will affect their Part B of Medicare. Part B is your doctors and your tests. Right now, most people pay $166 a month from their Social Security to have Part B. If you made more than $91,000, you'll pay more than that. And if you make more than $150,000, you'll start paying the federal government. Now, with this trust, because the IRS only looks at 1040 tax returns. I don't care if you have a business trust, a charitable trust, or a beneficial trust. You're going to file a 1041 tax return. So you're going to avoid any of this problem with IRMA. That's why I just wanted to let people know about this. Now, personally, I do think people need to exercise their brains. These are several books I highly suggest you read just to keep your mind active. They say most Americans don't even read one book a year. I would like you to read at least 2 of these books a year for yourselves. Now, again, it's learnwithsallymarie.com. If you want to have more information, you can always schedule an appointment with me at learnwithsallymarie.com scheduling. I'm going to do these lives every Monday, 4 o'clock on Facebook. Unfortunately, I didn't have it set up correctly, so I'm going to put this back onto Facebook. But this is what you do with the trust. I'm going to stop sharing. Come back here. So again, the website, www.learnwithsallymarie.com. True story, my older brother named me after a cat. The cat was a horrible feral cat that was named Sally after my great aunt Sally, who kicked my grandmother and my mom and her 2 sisters out of the house when my grandfather died, December 1939. So this cat, who was a miserable cat, was named Sally. When my mom saw the birth certificate, she's just like, oh, no, no, no. She's the firstborn daughter of an Irish woman. Her name has to be Mary. So my dad said, let's call her Sally Marie. So my true name is Sally Marie. If you go out to www.learnwithsallymarie.com, you will get the free slide deck, and I will also give you the PDF that goes over the slide deck, so you can decide what steps you would like to do. Again, the reason I'm doing this is because Bankrate says 80% of Americans, somebody you know, has $90,000 in debt and is not saving 10% for retirement. That $90,000 in debt could be anything. It could be a mortgage. It could be car payments, credit card payments, student loans, maybe medical payments. If you just decide to do step 2 and maybe one of the step 3, and that's all you want, excellent. I want to help as many Americans as possible pay down debt and then start saving, helping other members of their family. Maybe buy a new car for somebody. Maybe take the family on a vacation. Maybe put someone through college. There's so much you can do with extra money. It's your options to do with things. So again, the website is learnwithsallymarie.com. My Facebook group, if you go out to Facebook, it's learnwithsallymarie.com Facebook group. Please join that too. I'm going to be putting information out there too. Thank you for coming to my video today. I hope I taught you something new. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye-bye.